apparently the guy who killed the politician had like some kind of manifesto, and it was crazy, like what was in the manifesto. But like, I'm not sure like if this, how real this is. It's kind of hard to tell, right?
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Forgive this ghetto setup here. I'm in an airport and I just can't help myself. I have just read the most insane thing I've ever seen. It's a confession letter and a manifesto for the No Kings killer. Remember the guy out of Minnesota that went on a serial killing spree of political enemies of Tim Walz. And he knew Tim Walz, and Tim Walz appointed him to various boards. And Tim Walz was the employer of his wife, and the story just got more and more strange and creepy, and now we can see his writings in his hand, and we know why they kept them a secret. This is a very, very disturbing story, and since we covered it so much on the channel, it is our obligation to give you the breaking news. Minnesota assassin Vance Boelter is his name. He told the FBI in a letter that Tim Walz asked him to kill the sitting senator of Minnesota. Her name is Amy Klobuchar, and that Walz would take her seat. This is why they hid the manifesto. We need a full
That's crazy.
Of actively covering it up. So these are old tweets, right? These are old tweets from back last month. Feels like an eternity ago, but June 20th.
Yeah, this is about the guy that killed he killed the politician, basically.
This about the No Kings killer, and we call him that because he had a No Kings sign in the back of his car. He had a bunch of flyers for the No Kings rallies against President Trump. Here you go.
Assassin who disguised himself as a cop to shoot down Democrat politicians and their spouses. He killed 2 and seriously injured 2 others. Today, we're finding out he wrote a letter to the
The only thing, Zentropy says the only thing that's alarming me is that the left and the right are starting to agree on anti-Jewish sentiment, maybe for different reasons. I think the problem is that, and I don't know if this was intentional, but somehow, like, the nation of Israel has somehow managed to set it up in such a way that, like, if you say something again, like, say like you don't like what Israel's doing and you say something against that, it becomes anti-Semitic when like it might not even be. And I think that's like kind of, and that's not to say that there isn't actual anti-Semitism. Like, obviously that exists, and there's actual people that just like don't like Jews. Obviously that's true, right? But what I'm trying to say is it becomes very hard to criticize Israel without like your reasoning behind it being turned into like, oh, it's because you're anti-Semitic.
FBI, claiming he was trained by the U.S. military, quote, off the books, and that Tim Walz asked him to kill Amy Klobuchar so he could take her Senate seat. Boelter's facing state and federal murder charges.
So now, lo and behold, we have confirmed that.
Wait, they got him alive? Wait, did they? They got him alive. The guy who killed the politician
Is in fact true. That in fact,
oh shit.
Boelter, says
you think you're gonna see him get Epsteined?
Tim Walz instructed him not only to kill a series of political enemies of Tim Walz so that he could gain political power, but that also the cops are in on it, and that he'd been trained by the military. And he says that Tim Walz has all the proof of this, and all you need to do is ask Tim Walz. And if he answers honestly, he'll tell you the truth. My goodness. You want to read it? I mean, this is insane. These are the actual photographs of the manifesto itself. Here you go.
Man.
See it in his own hand. Okay, here we go. This is everything that he says about Tim Walz. He says, he directs it to Kash Patel. And he says, I am the shooter at large in Minnesota. And he names when the shooting's happening. I will probably be dead by the time you read this letter, and I wanted to share some information that you might find.
So wait,
I was told by...
Hold on, he wrote this before he went in, before he got caught. So he like assumed he was going to die before this letter. So he already sent this letter to Kash Patel before that.
The U.S. military people. During my release, I've been at many operations in Europe and Northern Africa, and Middle East and Africa, in the line of duty and doing what I thought best in the interest of the United States. Recently, I was approached about a project that Tim Walz wanted done. Amy Klobuchar and Tina Keith were involved. I wasn't originally aware of the project, but Tim wanted me to kill Amy Klobuchar and force a planned retirement.
What the fuck?
Tim wants to be a senator and didn't trust them to retire as planned. With Amy gone, Tim would stay in at the last minute, get one of the open Senate seats, and then he'd be rewarded with contracts. Other friends of Tim Walz would be rewarded with government contracts. I told Tim that I wasn't willing to do it, and if he didn't call off the plan, that I would go public. And he said he would call it off. But instead, he set up murders, including one involved by somebody named Jan and Mel. I get the dark types.
Okay.
The dark types. So the dark types of murders. Okay. They had some people trying to kill me. I was able
But
to get
then
away.
he murdered people. Wait, hold on.
By God's mercy, I went back a short time later and shot several of them. You should note, I didn't fire a single round at any peace officers. I had plenty of opportunities, but I didn't take it. After the report of how many weapons there were, as much ammunition as I had on me, the cops pulled up right next to me in their vehicles. I had an AK pistol aimed right at their heads. I could have left a pile of dead cops, but I didn't shoot. I spared all of them. But if they come after my wife and kids next time, I won't give them a pass. I want to give you the phone. Get on the phone and tell Tim Walz that you have a few questions. Then ask him if he knows me. If he says no, that he never met me, go look at the files. You'll see that Tim Walz personally groomed me and put me in his governor's task force boards as a business representative. Now he's trying to destroy me for the public record. Ask Tim why they...
Wait, but why? Hold on, but why would he... Hold on, but he killed a politician. Like, why? If you wanted to rat out Tim Walz, why would he just kill it?
Incidents silent.
Politician randomly.
When they
had his family?
Not a word to the press.
So wait, the politicians that he killed were related? Like, I'm confused.
Why? Because they need to get their stories.
Or is it... Okay, hold on, because the only thing that makes sense here would be like, he did the politician thing to make it serious, right? Because, for instance, like, if you sent this to, like, Kash Patel and, like, they might not take it seriously, I suppose. Unless, like, but then, like, the fact that he killed someone first and then that would guarantee that they would read it and take it seriously, right? I don't know.
Straight. Why didn't they want anyone be on the same page about what happened? Tim probably is crapping bricks right now because I'm still at large and he knows what I can declassify. He knows what I know. I will be shot on sight.
What are the chances? He might be lying. He might be, yeah. I also considered that too. Like what if it's could it be a false flag? Like, what if this, I don't know.
You can bet on that because I know where all of the buried skeletons are. If I'm going to turn myself in, I need to do it directly to you. I need to be held in a military prison near the Middle East or at least on one of these ships or the guys have tour grains everywhere and I can get to. There's
also the possibility that he's genuinely crazy. But if he was genuinely crazy, then like, why would they? Never mind. I was gonna say, why would Tim Walz hire him? But I guess he's a Democrat, so.
I'm willing to spill all the beans. I just want my family safe.
He's a politician.
I had to do this and are totally innocent. This was a one-person op. What? This is, of course, what everybody is talking about right now. This story just got more insane. Listen, the problem with the current news environment is that you just don't know. Like, I am now prone to believe just absolutely everything. I'm not prone to like write off these kind of things because I've seen what they did.
You have to like think of the motive, right?
Gretchen Whitmer fednapping.
So what's his motive? So if he's like, if this guy's a hardcore leftist, right? And he killed them for breaking rank specifically, why would he then pin it on Tim Walz, right? It's possible, like insanity is possible. Like he could just be crazy, right? But if he wasn't crazy, what would his incentive be to rat Tim Walz out after killing? Right, because Tim Walz is he's a pretty like high profile member of the Democrat Party. It's like, why would he rat him out after killing two politicians who broke rank? It's possible that Tim Walz has them on the run. See, that's the thing that makes me think, right? Like, because the motive would dude, this is like kind of tinfoil, but like the motive would check out here, right? If he's actually concerned about his family and like Tim Walz and them killing his family, doing something like this is the best way to get what he's trying to say known. Right, because they might not take what he says seriously until like he did this, because you bet they are gonna take like anything he says like way more seriously.
That was a legitimate, bona fide, proven in court hoax set up by the FBI in order to boost Gretchen Whitmer to higher office. Right? I've seen what they've done during January 6th. That was in order to destroy President Trump and boost Democrats to higher office. Like, what crimes won't they commit in order to boost their people to higher office? So I don't know. I'm not going to write this off. I'm going to let the trial play out. I hope the trial is...
If the cops hadn't checked in on the state rep, then he would have gotten away with the hits.
I hope that the trial is fair. I hope this man is able to speak on his behalf. And quite frankly, I hope that they subpoena the records and find out if there's any...
Yeah, I mean, he did say a lot of he did make a lot of claims that like you could verify, right? That if he actually did hire this guy.
Truth at all to this? Because it's crazy. that this guy's able to speak with what seems like a lot of clarity. I mean, listen, they did send what looks like federal operators after him. Look at this. Looks like CIA black ops.
Wait, holy fuck.
MK Ultra.
Is this when he got taken in? Is this when he got taken in? What the fuck?
The guy's even got an MK Ultra look at his.
I mean, I guess he did kill a politician.
Like, there's so much about this that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird. Like this story is weird.
And
there's so many stories lately that are just weird. Like so much political stuff happening that just doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, the Epstein stuff. Like, I've been thinking about the Epstein stuff. It makes no sense at all. Like, why is Donald doing this? Like, why is he like, guys, like, let's not look at what's happening, right? Like, what's happening? Like, why are they doing that? It's unpopular, and it's like it's not a good thing to say, right? Like, why is he like, if the previous administration actually did scrub everything, why didn't they just say that? Why didn't they just say, like, listen, like, you guys know who the last administration was. I don't see shit, and like, maybe that's intentional, but like, we don't know. How would we know, right? Instead of saying like, guys, Epstein killed himself and the story, stop looking at it. Like, what the fuck is going on? Zola says, could it be a distraction for something else they're doing? Dude, that's what I'm thinking. Because I can't, like, I don't know if I'm coping, but like, I honestly can't see Dan fucking scumming unless they have his freaking family. Like, I really, like, how, like, what could possibly get him to turn? I like don't understand, right? Like why would they use that language? Like, instead of saying like, we don't know what happened to Epstein, why would they say he killed himself? We know this for sure. Here's the footage, and then the footage doesn't even prove it. Why in the world would they do that? And why in the world would Donald Trump be like, yeah, let's just stop talking about Epstein? Like, why would he say that? Like, why? Right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's so wacky. It's like the only thing I can think of is like what they're trying to pull some shit like to make certain people complacent so that they can get them, like making certain people feel safe so that they can come after them. Like, they actually have shit on people, but they're like, yo, let's like wait for them to put their guard down and then we get them. Like, I don't understand. He's in the files himself. It doesn't make sense though, Wizard Z, right? It doesn't make sense because if he was in the files already, why didn't the fucking Democrats just say that? Why didn't they just use it against him? If he's like literally the worst, they want to do it. They tried to fucking kill him, right? They tried to kill him. So like, why would they not try to discredit him using the files? I don't understand. The only thing I can think of is that they added him to it later to be like, well, if you release it, then we both go down. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, motive-wise, like, I'm trying to like actually piece it together, right? Logically.
What's absolutely true is that this was a not.
Because even the Democrats couldn't use it effectively without collateralizing themselves. But then why would Trump bring so much attention to it? Like, this is so weird.
This wasn't like a rookie doing this. This guy had some type of training, and he was able to evade police and SWAT forces.
Like, are you telling me, like if Dan and Cash knew, like, would he be like, let's save Trump because he's more important than taking out like all of these assholes? Or are they like, let's just wait. Let's wait for Trump. Let's wait for the Trump wrecking ball to be over, and then we drop everything. Like, I'm confused. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
He was able to be on the run for multiple days. Does he have any type of training? Can we get that information? What is his relationship with Tim Walz? We know as a matter of fact that Tim Walz did appoint him and did employ his wife.
Okay, so that's factual. It's factual. The thing about him being employed is true.
Here's a photo. Well, it's part of a photo of his wife. His wife worked for Tim Walz. So to say that
Brock says that former Israeli prime ministers in the files and his friends with Epstein. Dude, Brock, I'd believe it because of the other shit with Epstein, right? Like, if you look up Jeffrey Epstein, right, and you look at his information, right? So like, you go a little here, you do a little shiftsies here, and you look down here, and you look at his stuff. He's got investments, like big investments, like in Israel, right here. He met with research scientists and visited Israeli military bases. But why? You know what I mean? Like, what? This is like crazy.
This is all crazy. That's the conspiracy theory. Some of us question whether Walz wanted enemies taken out. Media said
All I know is that something weird is going on, and a lot of people are lying. The fucking government is
conspiracy theorists
full of fucking.
Mueller himself, who's appointed by a governing board by
snakes.
Walz. So that's exactly what happened. So what the hell is going on in Minnesota? Goodness gracious, Tim Walz wanted a Senate seat. I don't know. I just read you the guy's entire letter to Kash Patel, and here's all I'm calling for right now. Don't want to make any wild claims that I don't know anything about. Here's what I'm telling you. There's absolutely a bona fide series of events that feds have set up and that powerful and evil people have set up for their own power.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? That does happen. And while it seems unbelievable, some of these plots, it's absolutely happened. True. And never put it past them, right? And here's the other thing I'll say. Have the trial. Prove this stuff, right? Go in trial, let the guy speak. And I trust that the truth will
I think he's gonna die, dude.
come out. If he's allowed to speak, then, or if he's just crackpot, right? An insane person, then prove that.
Yeah,
right? I'm not going to sit
exactly.
here and judge him. I won't judge him.
Exactly. They should prove that he's crazy. If that's the narrative,
like,
right?
Offhand, just say it's crazy ramblings. This doesn't seem like crazy ramblings. It's like this guy has a lot of information.
Because like, why would they hire him if he was crazy? Unless he went crazy recently.
And wants to get it out. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Benny. See ya.
That's wild, man.